to you.
Hello, good morning.
I hope you're well.
Yes, please. Thank you.
In fact, I am looking at your post this morning. The post you made on Facebook. You said the NDC people shy you, pa. Uh, why?
You know, for once, I was really happy that a major political party, especially the ruling party, would be this bold to issue a statement, basically distancing itself more or less from what we witness, what I call the naked marketing of votes at Ayawaso East. So when the statement came from the NDC, the party, it was good. Then quickly followed by the majority side, which actually started with some of our views initially that the elections should be annulled. It was all in good stead for the president recalling the ambassador, which was going to happen anyway, was also maybe cherry on the top. And all of a sudden, the next thing we hear, a committee is set up, and then the guys are cleared. You know, my point is, if you knew that you were not going to do anything significant about it, why whet our appetite by issuing statements swiftly and making us feel like, this was this is the beginning of the end of monetization in the election, you know? So some of us are very happy. Then they just left you hanging just like that. It's worrying. That's why I said I was shy, because, I mean, not because we want to defend the NDC. At least we started on a good note, and I've taken the right boxes, you know. So some of these things, it's either you don't say anything at all, or even if you say something, let's go ahead and do something. At the very least, you could have annulled the election. I don't believe in this whole thing about the EC timeliness. Why? Assuming, for God forbid, 2 or 3 of the candidates passed, would they still go ahead? You understand? So there are mitigating circumstances that I thought they would have taken advantage of, including, in any case, the EC was the EC. The EC didn't even play a significant role. They are only counting ballots. I'm surprised the EC has been reduced to just counting ballots in this country. The EC is empowered to also be listening, make sure that the process itself is free and fair and devoid of all kinds of inducement. They may say it's not their role, but they should be interested, you know. But anyway, it is what it is. And I think that some of us are not too happy, especially by raising our hopes that high. And then within the shakes of alarms, they drop us like dead bodies.
They raised your hope and killed your spirit.
Well, not just killed the spirit, actually buried it.
Buried the spirit?
Yeah, so anyway, these are my preliminary thoughts.
Well, you were talking about they could take advantage of some mitigating circumstances. Which are those?
Oh, what I mean is that by annulling the election, they forgot about the EC saying the time to refile was too near. Those are convenient lies. Convenient excuses, sorry. And I don't think anything of that nature would have helped. If the party said, look, wait for us, we'll decide when we want to come to you. They're just a referee, for crying out loud, you know. They're just a referee. The EC, I mean.
But the EC has its timetable that it is working
the same
with.
way the EC has its mandate to ensure that what went on should never have happened. Did they fulfill their role extensively? Did they? The EC cannot be reduced to just a counting ballot in the institution. Everybody can do their work, if that's the point. So I'm not sure about the EC's timeliness and all of that. Please, spare this excuse, really.
But you know how this can be. When the deadline is set and you're not able to meet the deadline, you essentially disqualify yourself.
Well, I'm sure. I'm not sure that would have happened if the NDC had actually made a good case that, look, given what had happened, this is too large scale. Give us time. They would have given them time. I don't think that's why are we rushing to? After all, so many, I don't I don't think we should have been rushing ourselves at all.
In this case, where they find that almost all of them engage in the same exercise, what should they have done for you?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
They found that almost everybody, all the candidates actually did the same thing. What should they have done for you? And all
that's
them
why I
done
said
what?
they were another election. Because, clearly speaking, at the very least, that would have been the remedy. That would have been safe. That would have been saving enough. That's what they should have done.
And all them rerun, or how do they go about it?
Well, I know the elections that obviously produced the results that we saw.
Okay.
But it was fraught with a lot of irregularities, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then go ahead and issue, excuse me, go ahead and plan fresh elections with some sort of level of discipline. I really would have wished that all those who contested were not asked, probably not asked to contest again for the next 2 or 3 elections. That would have been punishment enough. But anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'd also point out, and you have been in the civil society space, the policy analysis space over a longer period. I'd also point out that this is not new. It's become the order of the day. So why are you singling them out?
Which is why we were happy. If it was new and nothing was going to change, then why did the NDC issue a statement that they would look into it quickly? Why did the majority side say they should another election? These were fresh issues. Because have you ever heard this happening before? A party issuing a statement that they don't like what went on, they will look into it, goes ahead to set up a committee, and the majority side comes out to say, hey, we will not accept this. Have you ever heard it before? So it's new. I don't think we should be saying that because it's an age-old tradition, people just rubbish through the election. We should allow that to pass because it's the standard. No. What is new here is that the party took responsibility, and the majority side in parliament acted suitably. That's what we all latched on to be happy, at least momentarily.
But I also wonder what you think about the party's decision to at least learn the lessons. They've expanded the committee to a committee of 7 that will create guidelines that are intended to prevent this. Is that at least good progress?
Well, it has tended to lead to some reforms, and the delegate reforms is fine. I don't like this whole thing where a few people just vote. They should have allowed the whole constituency behind this go and vote for them. Maybe that would have been better. They would have limited the number of people who could be induced. You get my point. So they should include that in their purview as they look to expand the committee. The NDC seems to be a much more disciplined, respectable party, and in a way. We may allow this to pass, but they should never ever do that again.
But it's so serious that you have 10 red cards in your anger box?
Yes.
10?
I've always had 10.
You've always had
for each
10?
Party.
Okay. You said you have already drawn 3?
Yes.
1 year, you've drawn 3 already?
Oh, 2 years.
Within the 2 years period?
Well, more or less. So, yeah, in the second year. Yeah, I did, because environmental degradation was on our mind. It was terrible, and I think the NDC was deterring. I don't know what was happening, and we were confused. So those 3 were quickly drawn on the basis of that. It's grave enough, right? Because environmental degradation affects everybody, and I thought they were deterring too much.
I see.
So I rarely draw my anger cards. So.
Oh, okay.
So yes. So the first 2 were for environmental degradation.
Okay.
The third one
is for this one.
So this one.
Hey, then what happens if you exhaust your card by the time they get?
I won't exhaust my card. I draw them liberally, depending on obviously how people behave.
So after the 10th strike, what happens?
You have become a ghost. Like the MPP did. They were a ghost in by 2022. By 2022, I've drawn more than 10 cards. I mean, before the 2022 end, I'd drawn like about 15. I went into my overdrive. So I knew they were going home by 2022.
I see. Well, I guess it will not be a great idea to continue to anger you. But then let me conclude on this because it happened. I don't know if you've seen the new Transparency International
Yeah, yeah,
perception
yeah, yeah,
index. Seems we have inched up by one, now
yeah,
42 to 43.
yeah.
But they are also raising questions over whether the anti-corruption regime we have in place can work. And one of the things they've referred to is the process that led to the removal of the Chief Justice, Araba Isaba Tokonu. They are also talking about the fact that there are petitions for the removal of the EC chairperson, and I also think the OSP. So they think that those things amount to handing the judiciary into the hands of the executive, and people taking control of our independent institutions, and all those will affect the perception of corruption. What do you think?
You know, I disagree with them entirely, especially on the judiciary thing. Have they been checking the Afrobarometer results? It's clear. Anybody who does a poll in this country would have known that the judiciary, until now, was a beehive of notorious people who were just bent on dishing out justice depending on how you look. Come on, we all knew. They should not let me start on stuff. They should go. Please, they should have read the statement. It's one-sided. I think they just wanted to write something. And come on, there's nothing commercial about it. They should go and look at what Ghanaians think about it, the judiciary up to now. What are they talking about? Ignore that one. Which one again did they talk about?
They are talking about the AC too.
Oh, ACD, you know they are almost become a criminal organization. You recall the recently the strike gave them a technical knockout when they wanted to dodge accountability. They went for my good friend. I don't even know why my friend went and was defending them. I don't know. I don't know what is saw in them. But anyway, they were both giving every knockout like the strike. And they should go ahead and investigate them for criminal intended action. What are they talking about? I don't care what happens to the issue. As for that, that's the head. They're gonna. I don't. Charlie, let's talk about something better.
But do you think there are still big concerns when it comes to the matter of corruption? Because 43 over 100 is still not good enough.
Yeah, but you see, you are coming from the depths, the very depths that Nanado sank us into. I don't know, Nanado. I mean, he had already checked out. I mean, it was a free for all. Every institution was just stealing. I mean, so what we saw, and to think that we brought from the depth at least 1 point up, hey, we should celebrate it very well enough. Usually the NDC does better corruption than the MPP and another would have ever imagined. Even Satan gave up at some point.
Satan gave up on Nanado.
Oh, of course, he did. You know, who was it that said recently? There's this young lady, Stop Fatima or something, claiming that the NDC painted Nanado Satan. And I said, oh, my brother, my sister, you are joking. Satan will give up, distance himself. Wait, before.
Well, thank you. Thank you for speaking to us.
Good morning, my brother.
Well, Mr. Franklin Cudjoe is founding president, Imani Africa, speaking to us this morning, taking us to 29 minutes past 8 here in the studios of Radio Gold.